bunch of people. Ida Marie's already on. This is Christmas first day ceremony coming up. Stephen in Australia is already on. Roger's already on in Athens, beautiful city. All right, looks like just the three of you maybe that are on so far. Let me just adjust the camera here because the light was right in it. But it's great to see who's on here already. All right, where do we start? I am feeling a little bit better than I was yesterday, which is good. I would say I have more of a head cold now than what I had starting on. I don't know what it was when I started on, whether it was COVID or whether it was really bad cold, but certainly went from chills and body pains and sweats to runny nose, congestion, coughing, all that sort of fun stuff. Now it just seems to be a bit of a head cold that I have going on. I've got more energy today, which is great. But one of the things I decided to deny myself today was going to the stamp show. So unfortunately, I didn't get to go to Moncton Stamp Show today. It's still taking place right now, but I didn't want to spread what I have. And if I'm not contagious at this point in time, I also don't want to expose all the leftover energy that I do have. I want to save it for next week. Next week, we have a big stamp show that's coming, not here in Moncton, but it's going to be in Fredericton, New Brunswick, so about an hour and a half north in the capital of the province. And I was invited about maybe 3 months ago now. I had the Royal Philatelic Society of Canada in Toronto message me and ask me if I would be willing to come up and do some video for them on the event. And so we made some arrangements. And so on Friday of this week, after I finish work, I'm going to drive out to Fredericton. They've provided me with a hotel room, so I will be there for Friday and Saturday to film and maybe do some interviews and just get a different perspective on the show. It's going to be the largest stamp show I've ever been to. I've only ever done the local ones here before, so it'll be interesting to see what this is about. It is a national one, so the Royal is something that moves from province and city every year. This is the second time it's been in Fredericton, well, second time it's been in New Brunswick in the history of the show, so it's kind of nice that it's coming back again. And so, yeah, you can look it up online, but I'm going to be talking more about it as we gear up towards it. I just wanted to mention that next week will be a big show for that. And when it comes to my live stream, I will probably be at the show. Well, I definitely will be at the show. Let me just catch up on what you guys are saying here, too, because I was just rambling on. Ida Marie says, looking a lot like Christmas. So that's kind of what you're for the stamp dedication, I guess. Stephen's going into spring. I'm glad you're feeling a bit better. Thank you. Yeah, it's nice to be feeling a bit better. Australian Christmas stamps are coming out in November. That'll be cool. Ida Marie's got to go. So thanks for popping on quickly and letting us know where you're at. I know you're at a stamp dedication, so that's kind of cool. Enjoy the show. All right. For those of us that are left, hopefully more will pop on too. But we've got last week, I should have been doing the question of the month because it was the first Saturday of the month. But as you know, I was away, so I didn't have my responses with me. I only got 2 responses on them. One of them from you, Stephen, and the other from Ida Marie. So is it Ida Marie? Let me just double check that. I may have just said that. No, the other one was from Lila. Excuse me, Lila was the other one. So we can get into that right now. We might as well. And then we'll catch up on some older business. So the question of the month for August was, what is the most spontaneous thing you have done and why? So I got a envelope from Lila in Maryland, and in it she sent me a folded card. And in it she sent this post-crossing meetup card. At the time she was watching lots of the Olympics. That was what was going on in her world when she sent this. And she says, Her most spontaneous thing is taking the long way home. You never know what you will come across. That's why she takes it. Um, you know, try something different. Try the slow road. You know, it's a good thing to do. That's spontaneous. And Stephen sent me a bunch of postcards, as he tends to do. He says, good morning, Charmaine. Welcome. His spontaneous thing was when he resigned his office. Well, let's go here. He says he took a job in Japan. But how did it start? He says at the time he was living in a small country town, population of about 300 in rural Western Australia. I had been working as my father's carer, but as his various health problems worsened, he became too much, and it was decided he needed to be in a home where he could get the 24-hour care he needed. Been there. I know all about that. Having become unemployed, I needed to find work. As tended to happen, my wife woke in the middle of the night and couldn't get back to sleep, so she got up and she read the newspaper, in which she found an advert for teaching positions in Japan. When I woke up, she showed me the ad, and so I applied, not really expecting anything much to happen. 2 weeks after, I received an appointment for an interview, and a week after that, I was offered a job, which I accepted. And then I had to ask a local bank manager for a loan so that I could actually get to the job. Fortunately, the bank, there's the postcard, manager saw the humor in lending money to an unemployed person so that they could leave the country. A fortnight later, I was on a plane headed for Osaka, and a job that was to become the first in a number of positions teaching English around the world. To some extent, the vast majority of those jobs were applied for on an impulse. That fits the bill perfectly. And all the postcards, so thank you so much for that story, Stephen. I really appreciate you participating. There's only two responses I had to the impulse question. So whether that was maybe too personal a question for some, or whether people didn't want to respond or had other things going on, whatever the case may be, thank you for the two of you for responding. Now we will have to come up with another question for this month, and I know the month is shortened a little bit now that I've delayed getting a response in here. So think of a question you think might be a good one to ask everyone. So I'll leave that with you for the time being. Excuse me. And there may be periodic coughs in here, so I do apologize for that. What else do I want to talk about? Now, I've talked about the Royal, which is the big stamp show coming up next week in Fredericton, so we will talk about more of that coming on in the future. Yesterday, if you tuned in and saw what showed up in Post Crossing and Friend Mail, I had quite a bit of stuff. I still have to organize that. I have to put together a list of people I have to respond to. It's going to take a while to get caught up. My official Post Crossing, which I normally do on Sundays, and I try to get them all done, I have 16 that I can send, so I won't be doing them all tomorrow, that's for sure. What do we get from our hobbies? I think that could be a good question. That is a good question. All right. I will keep that in mind. That could be the question we go with next. So I've got a little bit of organization to do. This week, I've been on vacation, and as I have been for the last 3 weeks, but I expected I was going to be doing a lot more than just sleeping all week. So I really have fallen behind in some of the things that I wanted to do. One of the other things I wanted to do, and I haven't done yet, is show you the postcards that I bought while I was away. So I want to do that. Welcome, the famous Jilly B of Living Her Life Her Way is on. Welcome to the chat today, Jilly. We're getting there. You'll still notice I am still a little congested, but you know what? Today I'm on the first day. I'm in shorts and a t-shirt, and I know it's 25 degrees Celsius outside, and so I should be in shorts and t-shirt all the time. But for the last 4 days, I've been in sweaters and pants trying to stay warm. So yeah. So I will have a video that I've got to do up for the postcards that we purchased while we were away. So that's something that might pop up this weekend too, because some of them I'd like to start sending off to people. Yeah, so there's going to be a bit of a catch-up. This week is going to be a bunch of different things. One, I'm going to be back to work starting on Tuesday. So Monday I still have another holiday before I have to ramp up to go. So I'll have to organize work with the YouTube videos that I want to get out. Some decorating cards and stuff like that will be happening this week. We're also going to be talking about the Royal in a video. I also want to show you what's going to be in the giveaway. Now, normally the giveaway for the month, stamp of the month, happens on the 15th. I've delayed that to the 25th now. Because of my health and things, I wanted to give it a bit more time. So it gives more people time to enter in the contest, which means they can go to the stamp of the month that came out on September the 1st, watch that video, put in the keyword, and be entered to win all the really cool stamps that are coming as a part of that. So there's stuff with Liverpool stamps that they sent in, some things that I entered into it, and there's some stuff that, quite a bit of stuff that Steven sent in as well, too, that's going to be a part of that. So I want to do a video showing a bunch of the stuff that Steven sent, too, that's going to be in that giveaway, which will really encourage people to enter. Hello, John. Nice to see people in here now. Excuse me for itching my nose on camera. I'm a bit twitchy. So that's another video that I want to get out there to promote the stamp of the month and get the giveaway. The reason I pushed it 10 days off is because the Royal fell in there, and I wanted to give it its proper due, and some of the other things that I had in the process of working on too. And I figured it was a giveaway, so it gives more time people to enter into it. And then I'll have to start thinking about stamp of the month for the next month, and stamp versus stamp with Smokey. There's a bunch of different things that are ongoing that we're always kind of doing. And who knows, maybe one day we've got another unicorn gang video that we should be shooting too. We've only ever done one of those, so Jilly, think of something. We should probably get Renee on board and get another video going out again. I'm sure some people would enjoy watching that too. Anybody watching any of our travel adventures and what's been going on there? Those videos are still coming out for the next few days. And today is the 14th of September, so it is my sister Carolyn's birthday, so happy birthday, Carolyn. So that's going out. Oh, Jilly B says there's going to be spider stamps coming out from the Royal Mail soon. It's just in time for Halloween. That's good. Media is going to be a part of the replay crew later on because she's got a movie to go to, so that's really cool. 19 degrees Celsius there. Thank you for popping on quickly and saying hello. And Carolyn, if you're watching it, there's a happy birthday from Charmaine. I imagine Carolyn's got other things going on that she's not watching my live stream, but I appreciate it. Emin, welcome. Got a postcard from him while I was away, so if you saw that on Friday, that card is there from Germany. If it is the same post crossing with Emin, I believe it is. Yeah, Stephen, I didn't know what the TV show Porridge was, so I was glad that Jilly put out that video kind of explaining what that was and how those stamps correlated. Some things don't always come across the pond, and I guess that was one of the shows that never came to Canada. Nope, I had no idea what porridge was other than the gruel food that you eat in the morning. Some people eat. I'm not a big fan of porridge, as you can tell. I don't like its consistency. It's like a... Well, let's not get into what it's like. Classic 70s humor. When I think of classic 70s British humor, I think, well, other than Monty Python, I think of Benny Hill. Take care, Emin. Thanks for joining. Excuse me. I had a really cool comment today on one of my travel videos. It came from our head waiter on the ship, so I was really glad that he had a chance to reach out. He said he was disappointed he wasn't in the video, which at the time I was shooting the videos and I wasn't really telling people um, that I was a YouTuber or that I was doing YouTube stuff. So I didn't want to reach out to my waiter and waiter's assistant or the steward that took care of our room and say, would you like to be in a YouTube video? And because I know a lot of people aren't really into that. So you'll see my videos are more with the music backplay on it. Give you kind of a walkthrough of what we did and not necessarily interviews of the people we interacted with while we were there. I'm sure that would be a very different video, and it could be something interesting in the future if we ever do such a thing again. But I was really happy um, that he reached out to say that he watched the video. So Tree, if you're watching this now, thanks for messaging and message anytime. We'd love to hear how things are going for you. And Stephen says porridge was way better than Benny Hill. All right. Benny Hill was the perfect nonsensical sexist humor, maybe, if you want to say, that a little boy preteens could see that wasn't really racy, but was kind of racy at the time. So when you watched it, you felt like you were doing something wrong. Mind Your Language was another very funny series. I don't know that one either. I'm trying to remember what video came out today. Was the one on the ship? Yes, Stephen, I sent you a message at the beginning. The women that you saw on the ship that were coming towards me, we were walking by through the shuffleboard courts on our way into Croatia. They were getting ready for a parade. So the staff every day kind of did something different, whether it was a disco night or something. Well, they had this grand parade through the promenade, and so that's what we were seeing, the people coming in, getting ready for that. So that was staff members that were all dressed up for it. Croatia one was today, okay. So back in Zadar. Well, Zadar was a fun city too. It was quite different than Dubrovnik. We really liked both. My wife really liked Zadar because it had a modern feel, even though it was an older part of the city we were in. All along the walkway where the sea organ was and things, it was very modern and clean, and the water was like almost crystal clear because you could look in and you could see the fish swimming by and things. It was really nice. So very interesting city. All right, Julie B. Chat to you later. Thanks for popping in. But yeah, Zadar had this, I mean, you had the old churches, you had kind of the fortifications around too, and the cobblestone streets, but you didn't have to go very far until you saw cars and other things too that were on the outside, which was different than Dubrovnik. Once you got inside the walled old city, there were no cars or things like that, and it wasn't necessarily a cobblestone streets. There were some marble places. The streets were all marble. Which I imagine if it was raining, it would be very slick, very dangerous to walk on. But it was a really cool city. Welcome, Joe. Glad to have you back on. Excuse me. I'm going to write down, because no one else has had given a question answer yet for the month of September. How am I feeling now? I'm feeling like I've got a bit of a head cold, and that's about it. It seems to have left my chest. I don't seem to have anything that's affected me that way anymore. So I think it's more nasal, throat. I don't have headaches or anything like that, no fevers. So yeah, so better, but not 100%. I'm gonna run back the clock here a little bit on some of these questions. So Stephen's suggestion is, what do we get from our hobbies? I'm writing it down. So that's going to be the question for September. Now, I know some of you won't have a chance to get a response in maybe and have it here before the first Saturday in October. But if you do, you do. And if it comes in late, I'll still write the answer. But that's going to be our question for September is what do we get from our hobbies? So I'm going to put that aside. And I'll remind you next week of that as well. Steven says, it seems that Australian Post will be, for the first time, stamps for each of the 18 Paralympic gold medals. Wow, okay, you're going to have a lot of stamps coming out then. Especially with all the stamps you've already sent. Steven, I have this example for those of you who are watching. Here are 3 of the gold medal stamps that Steven has already sent me. Came on an envelope, and I like how you've adopted the corner washi tape. Didn't go unnoticed. Check for Axe oil in nearby store. I've never heard of Axe oil before. Oh, Charmaine's got another question coming in now. We might have to use that one in the future. How did you get started in post crossing? Unless that's a direct question for me. Oh, you responded too late. Okay, yeah, sorry for doing that. Yeah, Steven, you can email your answer in too if it doesn't come in a postcard. That's all right. So Charmaine, let's think about getting that question going for a future one. You may just have to remind me though. Okay. Trying to keep things going. I've got a list of stuff that I may have forgotten last week to talk about, or things that are just swirling in the back of my head that it's not 100% clear yet. But I did want to let you guys know we really did have a good trip. It was a lot of fun for our first cruise. We were delighted in it. The staff was incredible, and the excursions we did, we only did one kind of booked one, and that was just a hop on hop off bus. Everything else we explored on our own, and we found we did a lot. I'm one of those people that doesn't like to just sit and do stuff or sit and take it all in. Sometimes I like to keep going and going because I know that this might be the only chance I'll ever get to be in this city, so I want to see as much as possible, sometimes to the chagrin of my wife, so I'm always happy that she's been such a good sport to do that. And there was one time in Dubrovnik, she said, I didn't know you wanted to do a cable car or a gondola ride to the top of Dubrovnik. Because there are things that I read about, and then when I get there, it's like, oh yeah, we should go do that now, rather than having ever talked about it. And we walked through the city, the newer part of the city, in order to try to find it. And there was a quicker way to get there, but we hiked up parts of the mountain trying to find it. So yeah, she came through on times when it was really hot to do these things too. Charmaine says she really enjoyed the videos. Good. I really enjoyed being able to make them because that meant I was there. Thank you, Joe. We tried to see as much as possible while we were away. Took it all in. Even though it was hot, I didn't get burned or anything like that. So I kind of had the same tan going in as coming out. We did use some sunscreen when we were there. We wanted to be proactive about that and not be burned or be sick along the way. As far as seasickness, we took Gravol with us, but we didn't use any of it. For the most part, you couldn't even tell you were on a ship as they were floating around. The Adriatic and the Mediterranean weren't rough seas when we were there, so we didn't need anything like that. Oh, Roger's already trying to give me an answer. Send me messages, answers. I won't remember them in the response here, and I don't want to read them out now because it gives away to. It's for the first Saturday, October, that will give the answer to those questions. Is that all for the travel videos? The travel series is 11 parts, so if you're watching Zadar, then no, it's not the end of it yet, but it's getting near the end. After Zadar, we cruise back to Ravenna, Italy, and then we have another day in Venice, and then we have a travel day back to Canada. So that's what's still to come. So you have a couple more days of those videos coming out, and probably having some overlapping videos of some things now that I'm back here again, like the postcards that I've purchased, and maybe some decorating videos, and starting to get back into regular routine. And then, of course, preparing for the Royal. I want to be doing some videos coming up for that too. Yeah, make sure you comment and leave anything that you like on those videos. Try to promote them. Some of the videos do better than others, so I don't know. Some of them more people watch, I guess. Susanna, welcome. You've made it to a live video. Yes, you have. And I know while we were away, we also hit 1,800 subscribers, so that was kind of nice that we've reached that milestone as we're continuing to grow and hopefully get to 1,900 subscribers. We're currently sitting at 1,807. Charmaine got back from one of her vacations. She was in Colorado visiting her family. So that's good. And then Charmaine's got another really big trip off to Poland in another month. So I'll have to look forward to. 2K subscribers. Hopefully, but still a ways away yet. Unless something really happens and people start to find my channel and really want to watch it, I think it's going to take a little while to get to 2,000. I think I'll reach 2,000 soon. It has taken 11 months to get 800 subscribers, so will it take 3 months to get another 200? Maybe. I don't know. It depends on how fast the channel grows. What people like and what they're into, I guess. That's always the trick. I put out a bunch of different content on a bunch of different subjects. Some people are here to watch stamps, and so they don't really tune in for any of the other stuff. Other people tune in for the post-crossing and don't really care about any of the other stuff. Some people like to see car shows and festivals, but don't watch anything else. And then there is a hardcore group that watch whatever comes out and are looking forward to new videos. Those are the people that I especially appreciate, because they'll watch it all. They're here for the content and seeing what's going on in my life. So thank you so much to them. Thank you to everybody, but especially those that watch it all. You recommend my channel on your post-crossing cards? Well, thank you, Stephen. There's so limited space on what you write that you're going to actually allocate some of it to saying you should watch this. Charmaine's been doing post-crossing for almost a year now. It goes by so quickly. I'm coming up on... Charmaine does the same or recommends on my channel. Okay. Well, thank you. I will be 4 years post-crossing in April. So that's where I am in my post-crossing life. Susanna's from Texas. Welcome. A little bit earlier for you in the morning there now. 10:30? 9:30. Guess depends on where you are, I guess. Barely 10:30. Okay, 2 hours back. Stephen also has just passed his 1-year anniversary of post-crossing. Congratulations. What's happening, Susanna, in Texas today? This early morning. Are you in sweltering heat still? Do you have a bit of a break in the first thing in the morning? Joe's only a month into post-crossing. Pretty soon you'll be clicking off that 1-year anniversary too, Joe. It goes by so quick. Jilly B and I started post-crossing, I know the same month, if not the same day. I can't remember, but it was identical times when we started. So you'll always see a video on Instagram or a message pop up saying it's her post-crossing anniversary. Well, you'll see the same thing pop up on my Instagram the same day. So I'm pretty sure we're the same day. Well, we're happy to do our decorating videos. I would encourage you to watch Olia's way more than I would encourage you to watch mine, because she is the master. And there are other people that are just as good out there. Siberian American, you'll see her on Instagram. She's a great decorator too. I don't know, there's a whole bunch of them. May in Brazil, she decorates beautifully too. Your anniversary is the day you leave for Poland. Cool. Media, you're supposed to be in the movies, aren't you? All right. You started post-crossing in January. You started in January of 2021. I started in April of 2021. So we're very close to when we started. Sorry, I got distracted. There was a message that popped up on one of my videos asking what a maxi card was. For those people that didn't know what a maxi card was, it's when the stamp matches the image on the postcard. And you get both of them. Oh, Susanna, you started post-crossing as a result of watching one of my videos? That's cool. Thank you. Mitty, you're on a bus again. I thought you were in the movie theater. Yeah, Olia usually is on, so maybe she's got something else going on today. Hopefully she's okay. I haven't heard from her much recently. Hello, Roger. You've got some more stuff on Connie Francis. Okay, so those who are into the Brill building history on music, they're doing a documentary on the history. Recently, they interviewed Connie Francis. Okay, at least you talked to her this morning. That's good. Medea is great at exploring things all around her and seeing all the museums and stuff that's exhibitions that are around. So it's fantastic that she's able to do so. Medea, is there a package pass that lets you board trains and buses and metros and all that, all for one monthly fee? Or do you have to buy separate tickets on every time you go on something like that? Or you're a frequent user of them all? Definitely one of the things we love about Europe is all the countries that are so close and all the history that's right there. It doesn't take you long to go from one place to another and explore it all. So I agree with Stephen that there is so much to be envious about those of you who live in the midst of Europe. Sorry for the losses of some of your stars, Roger. As everybody ages, we start to lose some great ones, like James Earl Jones, who just passed away at the age of 93. For those of you who are big Star Wars fans, or Field of Dreams, or countless number of other movies that he has played a part into. Definitely had an iconic voice. You know what? Let's try something. We're gonna be a little rickety. I haven't been outside much, but I haven't been around the house at all. And I know the grapes and kiwis and all those things are ready. So we'll do a quick walk around the house. It'll give me a little fresh air. Turn the camera around. There we go. There's the weed that needs to be taken out. And you can already see some leaves on the ground. And you can see some grapes. And they're pretty good. So these are green grapes. They do have seeds. These are the purple grapes. Spit out the seeds. Now let's look for kiwis. They are usually a lot higher. Well, I mean, look at all the grapes that are in there. There are tons and tons of them. And we can look up, and the grapes go forever. But where are the kiwis? Let's go look. Oh, wait. I think I saw some. There is a kiwi, and there's another one. They aren't ready, though, because they're firm. This one, you can see. That one was ready. Very juicy. All right, so let's go on the outside. Not a big fan of seeds, no. You can see the vines are everywhere. There are grapes hidden amongst leaves. So, lots of greenery. I don't make jam from the grapes, no. I am very lazy. I eat what I want to eat, and I let the birds get the rest. So, we have an abundance crop of grapes. I mean, they are everywhere. They're very good. I don't make wine either. It would be lost on me. You can see this is where the blueberry plants were. They're all done their season. The apple tree, I mean, they're not the best looking apples. There's not really not that many of them, so some of them must have fallen already. And then we come over here, we have another variety of grapes. A little bit smaller ones, but they are there. We go up, there are more. We'll come around. We've got a few pears on the pear tree. Come in here, you can see the grapes. These ones the birds have already been getting at. You can see the ground, some of the leaves have already fallen. They're definitely not as big a grape as what is on the side of the house. There's still lots of them. And they're easy to get to, especially the hanging ones, which seem to be all around here. You go way up there. You know what? This whole branch, just noticed, it's broken off at the top. You see that? So this whole branch is gonna have to come off. Be part of my fall pruning. Temperature here now is about 24 degrees Celsius. Haven't used yet this year, but someone's been adding pallets to it. There's some new stuff here that isn't mine, that someone's added to, which I don't really want, but all right. The lawn is long. It needs to be mowed, so when I feel better, I'll have to do that. Might be a Monday thing. I think Monday's supposed to be about 28 degrees, so it might be a good day for it. Well, that's very interesting about that branch. It's gone over there, and yeah, that'll all have to come off. No partridges in this pear tree. No, didn't get that. All right, let's head back in. So that shows you the outside and all the grapes that are there. Lock that front door up again. And we're back. I'll put the stand back up. There, you've got stability again. And I'm gonna have to sneeze, I think. Excuse me. All right, that's probably a good way to end what's been going on here. Garden looks great. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bless you. Bless you. Thank you. So that gives you a tour around. Gives me a tour around. I get to see what had changed in my yard too. So I'll have some pruning to do back there. Get rid of that branch. Thank you. Mrs. Merengue, where are you from? Thank you for kind words on the garden or the yard. There's lots of grapes and things to eat. A lot less kiwis than I thought. They must be hidden around. Oh, you're in the UK. Okay, perfect. London. There's a lot of grapes to eat. My favorite of the grapes that grow in my yard are the green grapes. They are seedless, so it's kind of nice about that too. The Concord grapes, I think, are the smaller ones that are growing in the back, which are great for wine or jams and things like that. They are a bit on the sour side. The purple grapes that are on the side of the house are sweeter, but they do have seeds in them. Yeah, it's Arctic kiwi, so it's not like a regular kiwi that you're going to buy in the grocery store. You can buy Arctic kiwis in the grocery store, but they're quite expensive, so I'm quite glad to have them grow for free at my house. I planted them I don't know, 15 years ago, and they've produced ever since. So, yeah. Kiwi berries. No, here they're called the Arctic kiwis. Oleazon, you're coming on right near the end here. Mrs. Merengue, do you have a first name that we should be calling you by? You are late. Yes. You're going to be part of the replay crew at this point. Elaine. All right. Well, Elaine, thank you and welcome to the group. I don't know if you're a regular watcher and first time contributor or if you've seen my channel at all before, but thanks for popping on. Every Saturday we kind of just do this chit chat. Lots of regulars come on a regular basis, and gives a good chance to communicate back and forth. We're kind of doing a bit of catch up today because the last couple weeks have been unusual with me being away. You're a new postcrosser. Wonderful. Elaine and Charmaine. Yep, the rhymes. Well, I'm glad you're new to postcrossing, Elaine. You'll love it. I don't know how long you've been doing it now. Joe, who's JC Philately, has been doing it 1 month, so he may be new like him, or Charmaine and Stephen have been doing it for 1 year now. I've been doing it almost 4 years now, 2021. I do apologize, my voice and things is not 100% today. Still trying to get over something that I had. 6 weeks, you're brand new too then. One of the great things about being new in London, though, you'll be able to send and receive so many more cards more frequently because of your proximity to all the other post-crossing countries in Europe. Yeah, so you've gotten a lot of cards already. People like Joe in India or myself in Canada, when we start post-crossing, it takes a long time for those first 5 cards to reach their destination and 5 new cards to get back to us. But once it does happen, you get on a roll and you start getting a lot. But you'll find in London you'll be able to get them pretty quickly. And you probably have a good supply of cards in London too to be able to send out. Yes, dead air, I'm sorry. When I stare off at other things that are going on in the background. I do apologize for that. I'm just trying to monitor the channel at the same time. One thing I've been glad about the last 3 or 4 weeks now, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but we haven't had too many trolls and things come in here and put a bunch of things in the feed that we don't want to see. That's great when you can find a bunch of postcards at a reduced price too. And people like to see vintage cards just as much as some of the new ones too. But if it's old new postcards, even better. We're always looking for a way to cut a little bit of financial corners in this hobby because it does get pricey when you talk about postage and the postcards, and if you get into decorating, all the washi tape and stickers and things you use too. So you have to find the bargains when you can. Maddie has been to London 5 times for all the stuff she's seen. I have been to London 3 times, I think. Now my father's from Chelsea, so we have gone as a family a couple times, and I've been back with my wife once. Good morning, Christopher. Welcome. Your good mornings, but our good afternoons. And some of others on the channel, they're good evenings. Yeah, I think Chelsea's very different than it was in 1933 when my father was born there. I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, Chelsea, that's impressive." Probably not when 1933, um, but that's when he was born in Chelsea, and he follows the Chelsea football team, or does as much as he can. That's his team he roots for. But during the Second World War, they moved around. They were in Horsham and Worthing and wherever his father had them evacuated to when they had to leave London. I do not watch football or soccer myself. No, it's not a it's not a popular sport in North America. It, for me, I watch baseball. I'm a New York Yankees fan. I watch hockey. I'm a Montreal Canadiens fan. I watch American football. I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and I watch basketball, where I'm a New York Knicks fan. So those are the sports that I normally watch. Of course, when the Olympics are on, everything goes out the window and you watch whatever's on there cheering on your country. But I really don't know why football, soccer never caught on in North America. I mean, the rest of the world loves it. It goes crazy. When you come to Canada or the United States, it doesn't even register on our television sets most of the time. So there you go, Charmaine. She likes football, American football, Denver Broncos. And Charmaine, you'd get along well with Smokey. He's also a Denver Broncos fan. I also don't know why we call your sport soccer. It makes sense. It's called football. You play it with your foot. North American football, we don't play with our feet. We throw it with our hands. And there is American football, and then there's Canadian style football as well. There's two different versions. We have the CFL, the Canadian Football League, which is a longer area to play on. Some of the rules are slightly different, 3 downs versus 4 downs. The ball is slightly different. So yeah, keep change. Well, Smokey's a very busy guy, so I can understand why he probably doesn't get a chance to join these live streams. And maybe one day he will. I don't know. We've had Renee on now. We've had Jilly B's been on. Caroline in France has made it on a live stream now. So I feel very fortunate with the people that have gotten a chance to make it on. And yeah, there's Australian rules football, which is different than again. No, it's possible. Maybe we could join in Smokey one time if we can arrange it. I've often wondered that with live streams. I know you can do it where you have 2 people on or multiple people on at the same time. I don't know how that would take away from all your messages, though, at the same time. Charmaine's on. That's right. None of the rest of us are famous either, so let's not get into that delusion that there's anything famous about being that dad guy or Snail Mail with Smokey or whoever else. Oh, excuse me. Media got a chance to see Ronaldo when she watched Real Madrid play in Madrid. It's cool. special celebrations for World Postcard Day. Well, I've been putting out postcards for World Postcard Day. I don't know if you've seen them or not, but that is on October 1st, but I've already been sending out my World Postcard Day cards. I only have 50 of them, and I certainly don't have 50 of them left. They're all disappearing quickly, so I still have a few more that are spoken for, too, that I've got to send out. Will I do anything on October 1st that will be specific for World Postcard Day? Maybe. We'll see what's left. I kind of been talking about it all along now for the last 3 weeks or so, 4 weeks. But we'll lead up to it. But on October 1st, as you know, it's also Stamp of the Month Day for me, so that's usually what I focus with on the 1st of the month. Which this month's topic was birds. And we'll have a new topic coming in for October. Well, folks, it's been 56 minutes and 27 seconds. Shall we call it a wrap on this week's live stream? We're like a philatelic family catching up with Rob on weekends. Yeah, somewhat. Not everyone is philatelic, but there are a lot of them. Stephen's trying to save a couple postcards for October 1st to send. I have been to a few meetups here in Canada. I've been to 2 in New Brunswick and 1 in Prince Edward Islands. I've been glad about that. I won't have any official ones to send. All of mine are the made-up ones that I've done. I've got a few of the ones that Olia has now sent me. I've got some left over from last year, and I've got some official ones from previous years too that I could send if I needed to. I've never been to a World Postcard Day meetup though. And Joe's going to his first, but on World Postcard Day, that's cool. For me, I prefer to have people's personal World Postcard Day cards versus the official ones because you lose, you lose the excitement when you keep getting the same card over and over again from someone in different countries. I like the postal hug ones that have come out, so you get the different post boxes from around the country, or around the world. Those are really nice ones. And then the ones that people just make up themselves, like I have some examples, I'm sure. I showed them on Friday. Let me try to find one in my stack of cards here. Oh, where is it? Bear with me. Maybe. I thought it was going to be that quicker to find. I'm looking for a specific card. Well, this card came from Mindy. That was kind of a nice one, a Canadian one. Or this one here from Christian. So, you know, they're interesting to find ones that people are creating themselves. You know what, Stephen? Maybe you could start one yourself and have your very own Port Lincoln meetup. You can always go on the Post Crossing site and search your area too, and it'll tell you if there are other post crossers in your area. And if you were to start up a meetup, you can send messages. You can send up to 10 messages a day to let people know that they're happening. Just a thought in case you were interested in how it works. Yeah, I'm sure, Roger, if you search it out, there probably is post crossers in Athens. A city of that size must have lots of them. All right, we've been an hour. my body is shutting down a little bit, so I'm gonna wrap this up and say thank you so much for everybody who has joined, new and old. It's nice to see some new people coming on here too. Hopefully you'll get a chance to be on again, Elaine, as one of the people, and many of you others that take time out of your schedule to be here every week. I am going to sign off. I'm going to hopefully get better and give you more content throughout the week, so stay tuned for that. You guys have a magical week.